Alright, so I'm going to be explaining the 4 different types of motor actions in S2C, which are reflexive, automatic, purposeful, and impulsive motor actions. I'll also discuss like sensory organization and how it relates to communication. So basically, in S2C, we understand that many non-speakers or unreliable speakers know exactly what they want to say, but their bodies may struggle to carry out intentional movement to do so. Because of this, communication is not only a language task, but it is also a motor task. So first off, I'm going to start with reflexive motor actions. Reflexive motor actions are basically automatic body responses that happen without conscious thought. These are protective or survival based reactions controlled by the nervous system. Some of these examples that may be seen is like flinching at a loud sound, pulling away from touch, or turning towards sudden movements. And S2C reflexive actions are important because sensory input can basically strongly affect regulation and communication. So next up we have automatic motor actions. So automatic actions are movements the body has practiced so many times that they basically happen with like little to no conscious effort. Some of these examples may include for for non-speakers and individuals with apraxia, it could include pacing, scripting, repetitive tapping, rocking, or just any repetitive bodily movements. Um, so these movements can help a person regulate themselves or even feel more organized. So next up we have purposeful motor actions. So purposeful motor is intentional, it's controlled, and it's goal directed. This is the type of movement needed for communication in S2C. So basically, the speller works on intentionally looking at a letter, moving their arm towards the correct letter, pointing accurately, and continue spelling one letter at a time. This action requires motor planning, coordination, attention, and regulation. So this is where praxis comes in. So praxis basically refers to the brain's ability to plan, organize, and carry out purposeful movement and adapt if needed to do so. So it's often described as motor planning. Praxis allows a person to take a idea from their mind and turn it into an intentional action with their body. For example, if someone were to wave hello, praxis helps them think about the action, plan the movement, coordinate the body, and complete the movement, or basically just adapt from there on. So next up we have impulsive motor actions. So impulsive motor actions are basically sudden reactive movements that occur before the body has fully organized intentional control. So these actions could happen very quickly and may appear difficult to basically stop or even redirect. So examples that this may look like is grabbing objects suddenly, touching letters too quickly, blurting out sounds, rapid movements, or reaching towards basically like stimuli in the environment. So impulsivity is often connected to regulation and sensory processing. If the nervous system is overstimulated or dysregulated, the body may become faster and less organized. So the person may want to communicate accurately but struggle to control like the timing and pacing of their movement. So this is where practitioners they support impulsive motor challenges by helping the individual slow down and become more regulated. So next we'll talk about sensory organization. So sensory organization refers to the brain's ability to take in sensory information and process it and respond to it in a organized way. So many spellers basically experience differences in how they perceive sound, touch, movement, light, or even emotions. So this is where S2C practitioners support sensory organization by creating calm environments, using rhythm and pacing, and just like helping the individual stay regulated so purposeful communication can become easier. So in conclusion, reflexive automatic, purposeful, and impulsive motor actions are they all affect communication. An SSC sensory organization also plays a major role because the brain and body must work together for intentional movement to happen. By supporting motor planning and sensory regulation, SSC basically helps individuals communicate more reliably. Thank you.